Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two mid-range selfie focused smartphones, the Oppo F3 with the Gionee A1. So these two phones are released in 2017 and both are focused on the selfie aspect. We have a 16 and 8 megapixel selfie camera on the Oppo F3 while we have a 16 megapixel selfie camera on the Gionee A1 with LED flash. So in this video we'll talk about all the aspects of these two phones. Now going by the pricing, both these devices are priced 19,999 and come with decent specifications. So which is the better device out there in terms of the pricing and overall value for money aspect? Let's have a look at that in this video. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, both these devices are quite good looking devices out there. The Oppo F3 follows the same look and feel of any other Oppo device, while the Gionee A1 comes with nothing new in terms of the design. It looks quite similar to the Redmi Note 3 and few other devices, but the build quality is something which is really good on the Gionee A1 with aircraft grade aluminum finishing and feels quite sturdy and really good build quality. Now the Oppo F3 also has a really good build quality with metallic construction, but definitely the Gionee A1 feels a bit more sturdier. But having said that, the Gionee A1 is not a compact device. It is definitely heavy, and the compact device would be the Oppo F3. So it's a personal choice on whether you like a sturdy device or you want a lightweight device, and the Oppo F3 also feels quite compact. So that is the design and build quality of these two phones. Now looking at the other aspects, you can see the fingerprint scanner on the front panel on both these devices, but we have a physical button, home button on the Gionee A1. Other than that, it feels quite similar in terms of the other aspects. Now let's talk about the display. So we have a 5.5-inch Full HD display on both these devices, and we have Corning Gorilla Glass protection and 2.5D curved glass on both the phones. Now the display quality looks really good on both these devices. The Full HD panel is definitely a good aspect, but we would say the Gionee A1 produces really good display, one of the best displays in this price category, and the display aspect of the Gionee A1 is definitely better than the Oppo F3. The Oppo F3 also produces some really good display qualities in this price segment, but we would give it to the Gionee A1. Now let's talk about the software. So we have two custom UIs. One is the Color OS, other one is the Amigo UI. So there is a difference here. We have Android 6.0 on the Oppo F3 while we have Android 7.0 on the Gionee A1. So looking at the software aspect, we would say definitely the Gionee A1 has an edge because it has the latest version. Now let's have a look at the software aspects. You can see both these devices are equipped with quite decent specifications and options. Both come with decent features as well. But in terms of software experience, the Gionee packs a lot of bloatware, which is kind of disappointing. But that's not the case with the Oppo F3. Decent apps and options are included. So in terms of the UI and software experience, both these devices are quite decent, but we would give it to the Gionee A1 because it comes with Android 7.0 features, so that's one added feature. Now looking at the performance of these two phones, so both these devices are powered by MediaTek chipset. We have 6750T octa-core chipset with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage, while we have 6755 Helio P10 octa-core chipset with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. Now in terms of day-to-day experience, both these devices are quite a decent experience. Neither of them have any lags or issues and produces decent experience overall. Now when it comes to gaming, that's where the Gionee A1 with the Helio P10 definitely has an advantage, because the MediaTek MT6750T on the Oppo F3 lagged a lot when we did the gaming experience and not the best gaming experience, but the Gionee A1 has slightly better gaming experience overall. So in terms of the performance, the superior device definitely is the Helio P10 powered Gionee A1. Now both these devices have VoLTE support, dual SIM cards, and we have 64GB internal storage available on the phones. Now the call quality and the speaker performance looks quite decent on both these devices. Now let's talk about the most important aspect, the camera. Now we have a 13 megapixel rear camera on both these devices. You can see the 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, and on the front panel we have a 16 and 8 megapixel combination on the Oppo F3, while we have a 16 megapixel camera with LED flash on the Gionee A1. So in terms of the UI, let's have a look at the UI of these two devices. So you can see that the UI features quite decent options overall. You can see beauty mode, panorama, then night mode, manual modes are included. So both these devices offer decent UIs in this price segment. Now let's have a look at the camera samples taken between these two devices. You can see daylight experience, the rear camera performed quite well on both these devices. Neither of them have really great performance or class leading, but they produce some decent results in daylight experience. So you can see some of the photos we have taken in daylight conditions with the rear camera. Now when it comes to the low light experience, that's where the Gionee A1 fails miserably, because the low light experience was kind of poor on the Gionee A1, and the sharpness levels were kind of poor on the Gionee A1, while it's slightly better on the Oppo F3. So overall, in terms of the rear camera, we would give it to the Oppo F3 because slightly better sharpness levels and slightly better low light experience. Now when it comes to the selfie camera, so that's one important aspect of these two phones. So you can see the selfie experience definitely good on both the phones. Both are really good in terms of the selfie experience, color quality, and the overall selfie experience was really good. Now the additional aspect about the Oppo F3 is that we have slightly better color quality in the selfie experience when compared to the Gionee A1, and also in the low light selfies, that's where the Gionee A1 comes handy, because it has a selfie flash, that is LED flash is included, while it's a screen flash on the Oppo F3. So in terms of selfie experience, in daylight conditions, selfies were quite good on both the phones. We would give it to the Oppo F3, while in low light conditions, selfie was better in the Gionee A1. So in terms of the camera performance, we don't really have a clear winner. It's a mix and match performance. So based on what we said right now in terms of the camera performance, you can choose the device. Now next up, the battery performance. So we have a 3200 mAh battery on the Oppo F3, while it's a 4100 mAh battery on the Gionee A1. So definitely the battery performance is better on the Gionee A1 with the 4010 mAh battery. So that was the detailed aspects of these two phones. So now where does the Oppo F3 have an advantage over the Gionee A1? It's the compact and lightweight design, and it's a slightly lightweight and to use, and also slimmer in nature. Apart from that, the selfie experience was slightly better in daylight conditions, and also the rear camera was slightly superior. Now where does the Gionee A1 has an advantage over the Oppo F3? The build quality is really good, the aircraft grade aluminium, and the display is really superior. Software is Android 7.0, again better. The overall camera performance is decent, I would say. Then the battery performance is again better, and again the gaming experience was better on the Gionee A1. So overall, between these two devices, we would definitely suggest the Gionee A1 because it's a better value for money package out of these two phones. But having said that, we wouldn't definitely suggest neither of these devices if you're looking for a 20K phone. We would suggest these devices if and only if you're looking for a selfie focused smartphone. If selfie is not your priority, we would definitely suggest you to look for better devices like the Moto G5 Plus, the Lenovo P2, or even the Xiaomi Mi 5, which are all priced in the similar category because all these devices come with better hardware than these two devices. But if we were to choose between these two devices, our vote goes to the Gionee A1. So that was the detailed comparison of these two phones. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.